Say hello, Helen.
Hello, welcome to the Red Settee. We are interviewing Penny Lyon from Out of the Ashes. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Penny, is how did Out of the Ashes come about?
Right. Kevin and I, both of us, had been musicians most of our lives in one way or another. He with his guitar and me with my singing. And we started a band called Too Hot to Handle.
I remember.
And Too Hot to Handle would go out, and we did lots of charity gigs and things. We played Motown and rhythm and blues and jazz. We did this first set of jazz because there's just, when you get to our age, Helen, you like a lot of music. It's the way it goes because you've heard a lot of music. So we had this, both had a liking of music, but we didn't really cross over too much because he was more into blues and he would like Dire Straits and Nils Lofgren and the Brain's going to do that I'm not giving you names thing, but and I was more likely to like George Benson and Diana Ross and so Too Hot to Handle was quite a good answering of that, but we were never able to write together. And I'd always been able to write ditties. I'd had this thing of, being able to write silly poetry and silly ditties, and I'd written songs in my past. But Kevin and I never wrote together. We couldn't. You have to find a way of working with somebody, and if you're lucky, you just come on it really quickly. But sometimes it's a thing you have to really learn to do and learn to ease into. And we had been together, I think, about 10 years, no, 15 years, before suddenly taps got switched on and songs started coming out. So in 2010, I reckon it was, we suddenly found we were starting to write songs together. And by 2012, in 2011, we were thinking, we've got some songs here, and we think they might be half reasonable. I wonder if we can sell them. We're far too old, obviously, to go out performing them. That was our viewpoint. And we started looking for publishers, and publishers as a general rule are looking either for film music or something they can sell from that point of view, or they're looking for known artists. They're not really looking for somebody that's never come along before, or that was my experience anyway. I may be wrong, but that was my experience. And so we started doing some hunting around and looking to see who there was, especially in the Christian marketplace. And then Kevin sat and did some desktop research, and he found that he looked all through all the artists that were at Greenbelt one year and found this artist, Philippa Hanna, that we were really impressed by and continue to be really impressed by, I have to say. And the obvious thing to do was to look who was behind her, what was the record company behind her or the management behind her or whatever. And we found this chap, Andy Baker. And Andy was quite like anybody else we come across, because normally if you send your music to a record company or to a publishing company, they say, yeah, send us a CD and we may get back to you or we may not, but it'll probably take us about a year, so don't pester us. And we're thrown a bit by that. But Andy said, yeah, send me a CD, and within 24 hours he'd phoned us back. And he said to me, you've got a great voice. And I said, well, that's really nice of you, but it's kind of irrelevant because we don't want to perform these ourselves. We're looking to sell them. And he said, well, we're not in the market of buying songs, but I think you should record your songs. So that was where it started. And I'm going to be honest, I was very grumpy about it because I was far too old. And what on earth is the point of wasting all this time when I could be growing better vegetables in my vegetable garden? And the first album came out and I still didn't have a clue what we were doing. And it was about halfway through the course of that album that God started to reveal to us what it was all about. And here we are. Fourth album on its way. So
well done, Andy.
Well done.
All down to Andy.
Andy's had a lot to put up with.
I can vouch for that.
He's a very patient man.
I can vouch for that.
Well done, Andy Baker.
But you've never looked back. Just keep going. No. And you are releasing your fourth album.
Yes, and it's very exciting.
Very soon.
And it's called Get Out the Boat. That was a plug, in case you hadn't noticed. That's a plug.
Fantastic. So if you'd like to listen to more of Penny and Kevin's music, go to our website address.
www.outoftheashesmusic.uk, or you can go and find us on Facebook at Out of the Ashes Music. Yes, that's the one. And I think we can be found on Twitter at Uta_music, I seem to remember. And we're on YouTube, and I can't remember what we are on YouTube, but go hunting for Out of the Ashes on YouTube and see what you can find.
Please do.
Or go through the website.
Yeah, and please like or subscribe or both. We'd love to hear from you, and you'd love it.
Thank you. Bye.
People live in poverty, children born in slavery, a world who live on rubbish heaps. You tell me you've got too much to do.